Hi Jason, welcome to the Client Engagement Centre for Konica Minolta. Nice to see you. We're going to go through obviously the whole centre. We'll go through some equipment, talk to you about some technology, but I'm keen to answer any questions you might have about what we're doing and how Konica Minolta fits in this technology, in this industry.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Paul. And obviously, you and I have known each other for many years. I think I've been here for a little while now this afternoon. I think bumping into some familiar faces and some friendly faces and people that, we tend to find in this industry that most of us tend to know each other and have crossed paths over the years. So, yeah, the venue and the site here, the centre is really impressive. I've had a very, very quick walk around. This is the first time, as you know, that I've actually been in, and we'll be welcoming customers of mine, customers of yours, customers that are not clients of ours, either of us at the moment, into the centre. So yeah, really appreciate it. But as you know, at Landall, we're multi-branded. So as a business, we look to advise our clients on what the right solutions for their business are, typically in the commercial print space, and sort of we're independent of manufacturing. We really try to follow that consultative approach. So we're really keen to understand. I know that I'm aware of it. You and I have lots of conversations, but perhaps to go over some of the unique things that Konica Minolta do. And yeah, so if you wouldn't mind sharing some of those things that we're going to have a look at in a bit more detail today.
Yeah, sure. I think from our point of view is that we know it's a tough market, and we have quite a few, obviously, of our resellers, our dealers that are multi-branded, and it's tough. You've got to keep up, and hopefully we've got a few things that really shine in this industry. One of the most important things is to have control over your device. You'll notice that when engineers go to fix a machine, they'll find out that most of it's dip switches. They don't use a spanner, or a screwdriver so much anymore. So what we've tried to do with our devices is try to enable them so the customer can use them. So we're all about productivity, reliability, and uptime. So we've done that, and hopefully we'll show you that here today. But as well as that, we have a variety of products in our array. So we go anything from obviously digital laser printers all the way to label presses and embossing systems. So we've got a variety of equipment that all through the range that can help most customers. But I do tend to look at the reliability and ease of use and the customer being able to fix a problem rather than call an engineer to keep their uptime up.
Yeah, and I think that's a really, really good point that you make. So, uptime is obviously key. If we look at, and it's, I don't want to labour on this too much, but we are still seeing the effects of a few years ago where we had COVID, and trying to make some of those manual interventions a little bit more automated a key. So perhaps we can have a look at some of the automation sort of pre-press, but also on the press throughout the day today, and when we get into the actual centre there, because it's really key for me when speaking to my clients around it's a challenge for them to try. Listen, profit isn't a dirty word. We want to try and help our customers to make profit, and nobody does anything for free. So it's really key for us to try to explain how we can add value back into that proposition. And I wanted to just touch on one of the words that you used a little while ago there, and that word was shine, because I know that's something that, having spoken to one of the guys a minute ago, there's a particular press that will offer that shine, one of the IP products. And again, we'll be going into that. So in terms of the sort of the value add and how you think that Konica Minolta are offering their clients that route to market to add a little bit more value, to charge that a little bit more, some of the things that you might want to talk about?
Well, it's interesting. First of all, from a sheet perspective, we've always looked at obviously quality. So we look at a quality print, and then we look at black and white, and then we look at colour. So we've been there for quite a long time. Then you look at variable data, how to build value out of that sheet, and how do you get to communicate with your customers. And then shine brings another element. That's touch and feel. So again, it's just something else to make people aware of what the document's doing, or how the document's communicating with their customers. So that's important. But with our devices, I think you find that we try and do a one-button fits all. So we've got techniques or products that allow you to cut, crease, and fold in line, and it's one button. So we have a product called the TU510 that can cut, crease, and perf, and that can also do it to a 1.3 mil sheet. So, so all these sort of things, the things that normally people use offline finishing, we have now online. Yep. And that's great. But to make sure that that feeds very well. One of the great things we've always had is low temperature fusing with and that allows obviously to take not so much stress out the paper, so that helps with our finishing. And again, we have vacuum feed. Now we have trays, 3 trays, 900 ml long, vacuum feed. It's unique in the industry. And other things that I'll show you today is like proofing on the fly, you know, and making sure that that job comes in. We have AIT. So AIT will actually look at a job, it'll record a job and it'll print it. And if you make a mistake, then it will show the mistake. So ours is all about uptime, reliability, and ease of use.
Ease of use, productivity, yeah. I mean, I totally get it. And that's really important what you mentioned with regards to the TU unit, because it gives your clients and our clients the ability to do things in line. Some people don't necessarily have the space to have things that they can run offline, and it is something that just adds another string to the bow. You mentioned about the low fusing temperature as well, and as I sit here and look at those 2 lovely plants set behind you, obviously that leads us on to sort of the sustainability and that sort of thing, because it's another key message that we're trying to get across to this industry. I think the perception is that obviously because we know where paper's sourced from, that the industry perhaps isn't the most sustainable. Are there any things that Konica Minolta are doing to try to help with that as well?
Obviously recycling, you know, our products are 95% recycled. So, you know, that's a big thing. You know, we don't want to make things we don't need to make. So we recycle quite a lot of our bits and pieces, but also, as I say, low fuse temperature, and we adhere to all the authorised
legislation, regulation.
Yeah,
really important. As do we at Landall. It's something that we're really keen on as well. A few other bits that we work in terms of like print relief, and that's things that we talk to our existing customers about. As I said before, mate, the showroom is fantastic here. You and I have seen each other quite a lot lately. Obviously, there was the print show last week. We've had Drupa recently, which is 8 years in the making because of again of COVID. But this showroom here, it's pretty central in terms of location in the UK. I'd welcome everybody that would like to have a look at or is interested in upgrading or looking at new digital presses to come here before making any decisions. We're going to go out shortly to have a look in a bit more detail. But yeah, would you just want to explain a little bit around how long this actual centre has been here?
We've had the centre up and running since April this year. It's a long time coming, but it's a fantastic centre. It's nice and relaxing. You know, you come in here, bring your jobs, send your prints ahead if you want to. We have a really good booking system where we'll send you an email. You confirm which date you want, and it'll give you all the information on how to get here. So it's nice and easy. And then it'll give you also a button to be able to send down your files for us to print. Or you can bring files on a day. You can also send some media if you want, but we partner with Premier Paper, so we have quite a lot of media here, you know, that most people want to use. But if you want to bring your own, you're welcome to it. Also, I think, you know, the great thing about Konica Minolta is that we are the only manufacturer that have our own engine, our own RIP, and our own spectrophotometers. And this gives us a massive advantage, because when you can work the 3 together without any hindrance, because obviously we own the rights to the product and to the development of the product, it gives us an advantage. And that's what we show here. But here you can see some actual live examples of what people will be using our equipment for. Yep. So the labelling, you've got bottles labelled, you've got finishing here, you've got calendars, you've got packaging, you know, and we've got all the samples here to show you what can be achieved. Yep. And we're all about trying to build the customer. So we can actually talk about, you know, yeah, there's an entry level and there's a high end and then there's more. You know, and that's what's the exciting thing about Konica Minolta is that, you know, we can take you all steps of the way along your journey.
Yeah, well, the requirements are covered no matter what they might be, and I can you know just confirm that booking system is simple to use. Having done that for an event that I'm hosting tomorrow, one that you and I have got over the next couple of weeks as well, and so I wanted to just speak very, very briefly. I don't want to labour on it too much because I'd like people to come and see for themselves. But you mentioned something, the label press, which is a machine which obviously is quite unique to Konica in this space in many regards. But also when we were discussing earlier, Paul, you were talking about the servicing and how uptime is important. And there's something which is quite unique about your offering with regards to that press, isn't it?
Yeah. So the label press fits in. If you're doing something like 40,000 labels a month, it's ideal for that type of job. And also, because the label press, about 80% of the parts are built on our laser printers, it means that our service engineers that fix our production devices can also fix the label press. So therefore, we've got a ready-made service solution already in place, whereas other people obviously have to generate quite a few sales before they get that number of service engineers in the field. So that gives us uptime. We just got a massive impact on uptime.
Because let's be honest, mate, with all of the presses, if the client isn't printing anything because the machine's down for whatever reason, then they're not making any money. Likewise, neither are we, and neither are Konica Minolta as the manufacturer. So it's important that we all pull in the same direction, and that's something where I think our help desk and the Konica Minolta service team dovetail very, very well. Is there anything else that you'd kind of like to sort of speak about now before we go and have a look at some of the kit?
No, I think it's a good time now to have a look at the kit.
Well, Paul, thank you. That's a great introduction to the new CEC here. I think it's really quite key to say that we've literally only scratched the surface today, haven't we? But coming back to what we said at the start around some of the things that are a bit more unique to Konica Minolta. So we've touched on, we've had a quick look at the label press, we've had a look at some of the embellishments, and I've got some bits to take away. We've looked at the cut sheet, we've had a look at the TU unit, the IQ unit, and as I say, we've literally only just it's a bit of a teaser, isn't it, really, to what's here. I'd welcome any of our customers to come and have a look at the equipment with myself and with you. I think for me and for us at Landall, we're looking at that full print ecosystem right the way through from design and concept all the way through to fulfillment. And today we've not even thought about the solutions, the finishing equipment. And again, we've got those things here as well. So listen, I thank you very much for your time, Paul. And would welcome you just to close off with anything that you wanted to share.
And you're welcome. We've touched the surface, like you say. We've looked at our products. We've really concentrated on the engine. We haven't concentrated on anything from input or output or finishing, and we've got those things as well. We're just happy to be here. We rely on you to bring customers to us, and we'll try and help them to help you, wherever we can. But our mind's always on the customer, but also the customer's customer. Yeah. At the end of the day, your customer most times wants to make money over selling a product that we're helping them to produce. And that's what we're here to do, help them to produce the best document they can, to get the best feedback from their customers they can, to improve their profit and improve their business. And I'm more than happy to do that with as many people as possible.
Yeah, thanks again, Paul. And just to really, really wrap things up and to close off, I think the key message is that together we're stronger. We do what's right for the clients. Our service levels at Landall, we believe, are second to none, and our clients will evidence that. But with full support of people like yourselves as the manufacturers, and in this case, Konica Minolta, with this fantastic new site, and I can't sort of sing its praises enough. Would welcome anyone to attend.
Well, we rely on your account management to look after your customers and us to do the thing that we can do. Okay, and together we're stronger, and we'll give them a solution that can help their business.
Thanks very much. Thanks again, Paul.
You're very welcome.
Cheers.